Fans, welcome back to the second half of this week's episode, and just a quick Bobdown on what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about the Major League Baseball playoffs, which is currently going on right now. Monday Night Football is going on tonight. Got a great matchup with Tennessee versus Jacksonville. And then we're going to talk about what is coming up this week in the world of Detroit sports. So something to look forward to coming in until our next broadcast next week. So, Ron, let's get right into it. MLB Playoffs. We got Texas, New York Yankees, and we got San Francisco, Philly. What are your thoughts on what's going on so far?
Well, to be honest with you, I picked my team at the beginning. I wanted the Braves to win. They didn't make it, but
Yeah, it was sad to see that with Bobby Cox in his last year. I mean, it was a tearjerker.
it was. I like the little ovation they gave them after the game. Even though they won, they did celebrate too early. They came out, tipped their caps to the man who, how many years he's been in? Like 20 at least?
I mean, probably more than that now.
Probably,
but
yeah.
I got to say, just pure class. I loved it.
Absolutely. But as for now, we have Texas and New York. That series, I like it, but, I'm really more worried about the Phillies and the Giants. That's the series I'm looking at. Because I think the Giants have a chance to actually go to the World Series again, and they might win. So what do you think about that series? Do you think the Giants have a chance, or do you think the Phillies are going to take that?
I think probably the Phillies are going to take it just because you look, they're a great club, Ron, and they got a lot of pitching, and I don't see them going down. I have to say, they've been there the past 3-4 years, just competitive as all hell, and I think that they're going to be. I think they're going to take it. The series I'm looking at is the other one, New York at Texas. I mean, as you know, I hate the New York Yankees. Every year,
I think everyone hates the New York Yankees that's watching this show, to be honest with you about.
Probably. But what I have to say is every year when it comes down to the postseason, I love watching the New York Yankees and rooting against them. It's like a tradition for me. But I got to say, Texas is a team that could possibly upset them. In the first round, they won their first playoff series in franchise history.
That's huge.
And, yeah, they got a lot of momentum. They got a lot of positive things. And they got the home field advantage in this series as New York is the wild card. But in Game 1, you saw the Yankees with that huge comeback in the 8th inning, scoring 5 runs on a Texas bullpen that it was solid all year. So if the Yankees are playing like that, they could win. But then in Game 2, you see Texas come right back and win 7-2. So, Ron, I mean, this could go back and forth all series long. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Texas takes it Game 7 in Arlington.
Wow, they're going 7 games?
I think they are. I think both of these teams are hungry. Both these teams are good, and I think this is really going to go 7 games.
Well, I'm picking Texas to win the series, but I think they're going to get it done in 5 or 6. I don't think the Yankees they can do
Ron,
it.
you really think that they can come in and just
Absolutely.
beat the world champions in 5?
They're not the world champions. They've been won in how many years?
They won last year, Ron.
Didn't they? You're right. That did. I forgot about that. Time flies these days.
It does, I know, but I mean, Ron, that's bold. That's bold for you to say in 5.
They got to. I mean, the Yankees are good, but this is their year.
Well, Ron, they say everything's bigger in Texas, and that might include the Rangers' bats this year as well.
Exactly. I mean, you have Josh Hamilton, candidate for MVP. I mean, he almost won Triple Crown. I mean, unbelievable.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We're both going Texas. What's your gut feeling on the National League Series?
I'm telling you, San Francisco. I like it. They got Lincecum.
San Francisco and how many?
I'll give them 6.
Wow. I say Phillies in 6.
Phillies in 6.
Yeah,
All right.
Phillies in 6.
Well, we disagree there, but it's all right. We're going to go to Monday Night Football. Tonight we have Tennessee versus Jacksonville. They're battling. And, how do you think that's going to go?
It'll be a game. You got a battle of the running backs here, kind of with Jones-Drew going against Chris Johnson. I think it's going to be a good game to watch. It's going to be exciting. I think it'll be a low-scoring game, but I'm excited to watch Vince Young go against a pretty weak Jacksonville pass defense. The question is will they end up passing the ball more tonight instead of running it? And, Young has looked very good the past few weeks, and this could be maybe his coming out party. Not coming out as in, hey, I'm out of the closet, but as in, hey, I'm a real quarterback.
Well, I think he's been a real quarterback for a while, but, he hasn't had the breakout game, I guess you could say, like he did in college. But I see Jacksonville winning this one. The running game, I think Drew's going to prove a point. He wants to be better than Johnson, and he's going to step up, and he's going to fill those shoes, and he's going to be explosive. I say Jacksonville wins tonight, guaranteed.
Give me a score, Ron.
Oh boy, you said low score. I'm going to go low score too. I'll say 17-10.
Wow, 17-10. I'm going Won 24-16.
That isn't low at all.
Tennessee. That's kind of low.
Okay, I'll give it to you low.
3-2. Is that low?
Okay. Well, we have moving on. We have the Lions and University of Michigan. They have their bye week. Is that helpful for either of these teams?
Yeah, I think the Lions need it this week, okay? You look at a team, they're completely banged up. Sean Hill just broke his arm yesterday. Zach Fowler took that nasty hit, and it looks like he could probably be out for the year as he was rushed to the local hospital after he I think was knocked unconscious on the field. We got Stafford who's still coming back, and it looks like his first game back is going to be the game after the bye versus Washington. Javid Best has been hurt, with his turf toe. Johnson was banged up, even though he had a monster game yesterday. And I think this is a team that just really needs a rest. They've been fighting so hard in all these games that, I think that it would be a good thing for them to have some rest, have some recuperation, spend a little time with the families, do whatever they do, have a little fun, and then come back 100% rested in Week 7 and take on these Washington Redskins on Halloween.
Absolutely. Also, I think U of M has the bye is going to help them as well. They're not Robinson a little banged up. I don't know how long he's going to be out for, but that extra rest is going to help him maybe get back in the next game or two. And I don't know, Michigan, they just need to retool themselves, I think, and this bye week's going to help Rich Rod get back to his team, get back to the basics, and hopefully get right back on the right track.
I agree. Rich Rod knows, after losing the last 2 weeks, that his ass is on the hot seat, okay? He feels the heat, and he feels it hard, Ron. And he knows that he needs to come back and make a statement in the second half of the season. He needs to recoup his team, make sure Robinson's going to stay healthy, and make sure that this defense can maybe start doing something in terms of helping this team reach the next level. And I think that is possible for this Michigan team. They are showing signs of maturing, and we'll see as the season progresses. But I think this is a much-needed bye week for them, and we'll see. The question is, what are we going to do this weekend? Michigan's not on. Lions are on a bye. What are we going to watch?
We're probably going to watch the Michigan Northwestern game, to be honest with you, Bob. But we're going to skip that, and we're going to go into this QB controversy of Vic and Cobb. Cobb played amazing this weekend.
He did. He had a very good game. And
Andy Reid's got his hands full picking a quarterback there. Who do you think, if Vic comes back, do you think he starts, or do you think they stay with Cobb?
Well, it does look like Vic's going to come back. But the question is what does Reid want to do? This guy has been flip-flopping all year, and it's like, Kevin Cobb's my starter. Okay, nope, now Vic's my starter. Vic gets hurt. Even when he gets back, he's going to be my starter. But when Cobb got injured the other day, he said even when he got back, he's going to be the starter. So you don't know who's going to be the starter in Philly. It's like a freaking comic
lottery?
Show. It's a lottery, Ron. And, I don't know. I have Michael Vick on my fantasy squad, so I definitely want to see him be the starter. But we don't know if that's going to be the case or not. The guy, he'll be ready to go. He suited up this week. I really, it's anybody's guess down there in Philly. I'll tell you, it's a shit show down there.
It might be, but I'll tell you, this actually might help this Philly squad. Because the defense, they're not going to know who they're going against. And when you have two quarterbacks playing absolutely amazing, they're going to fight for each other to get that starting job. And that means great plays going to be coming to your quarterback no matter what. You're going to have a good guy going. That's a good thing to have as a quarterback controvery, Bob.
Ron, I totally agree with you on that. And, I heard, yesterday after Cobb's game, Vic comes up to him in the locker room and gave him a big hug and he said, I'm proud of you. And I don't really know why he said, I'm proud of you. It kind of sounds like a father-son type of thing. But he did say that. And these are two guys that are legitimately friends, as so it seems. I don't think it's really a phony doing it for the camera type thing, although it might be. Who knows? But I got to say, Vic has definitely matured, and he wants the job. So does Cobb, but they're both playing at such a high level. I don't think Philly can go wrong either way. But the thing is that whoever doesn't get it, I think is going to be supportive, and that's just going to help the team chemistry and the team morale as a whole.
Absolutely. Well, it is that time. It is time for the fantastic finish, Bob. We're going to start off, like I said, MSU Northwestern. Who you got?
I got Michigan State going, man. I think they're on a hot streak. They're going 8-0 versus a weaker Northwestern team. And, I think State wins big at Northwestern.
Definitely. MSU wins. Northwestern doesn't really have a chance. They might have a slim chance, but MSU's playing way too good right now, and they cannot afford to take a slack-off game and lose Northwestern.
Ron, my game of the week coming up, though, Sunday night. This is what I'm going to be watching this week, and I don't know about you. Minnesota at Green Bay. Brett Favre going back to Lambeau. Randy Moss is back in Minnesota. Minnesota needs a win. Green Bay has underachieved. This game has a lot. I mean, you rarely see games this early in the season with these playoff implications. But I got to tell you, this is a great matchup. It's going to be a great game. A lot of emotion involved. That's what I like to see at Lambeau at night. I love it. I'm going to be watching that game, Ron. And I'll tell you, I like Minnesota. Ron, what about you?
It is going to be an amazing game. It is a huge division matchup. You look at the Lions. You know they're what 1-5 now.
Yeah.
1-5. You know you got Green Bay, Minnesota, and Chicago. They're all real close in the same records. So whoever comes out of this win, they have a good shot to propel themselves into the first place in their division and make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it's a huge playoff game almost here in week 6 or 7. It's 7. And I'm going Green Bay though. Is Aaron Rodgers playing? I think he'll be back this time.
Yeah, he will be back.
So I think Green Bay gets the advantage here. And, I mean, they beat Miami in overtime, so...
That's true. Well, I actually think Miami won that game.
Did they? Well, what the hell? Doesn't even matter.
It doesn't. But I got to say...
Green Bay.
Okay, Green Bay. Well, we will keep our eyes peeled for that one. Ron, we got a couple games for the Wings coming up this week. I know Thursday, they're at Calgary, and Saturday, they got Anaheim at home. Who do you like? You think the Wings could come back and maybe show a statement this week?
Well, I'll tell you what. Calgary looked red hot in the preseason. 5-0. Didn't lose a game.
Yeah, but Ron, I think
it
was a few years ago when the Lions looked hot in the preseason. We all know what happened that year.
Exactly. And I'm
16 losses in a row.
I'm trying to prove a point here, Bob, and I'm saying is this year Calgary has scored one goal in 4 or 5 games. They can't get a biscuit in the net. So I'm going Red Wings. They can beat Calgary. And then Saturday, they're taking on Anaheim for that game. I'm giving the Red Wings another advantage. Mike McDonald might score another goal against Jonas Hiller, another snipe show.
And as we said, we will keep you updated on the Mike McDonald goal watch throughout the season. We love the guy. Number 90. So much swag. So much heart. So much swag. We will keep you updated. And we will see you guys next Monday.
And thanks for watching. And,
signing off.
Have a good weekend.
I'm Bob.
And I'm Ron.
We'll see you guys next Monday. Thanks.